Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're running an e-commerce business, managing different product lines, or trying to scale a direct-to-consumer brand, you already know how chaotic financials can get. Revenue goes up, sure, but the cash in the bank doesn't always follow. Why is that? Well, because not all revenue is created equal, and that's exactly what we're going to solve today. We're talking about the contribution margin ratio, or CMR. It is literally the ultimate indicator of your operational efficiency. It cuts right through the noise to show you exactly how hard every single dollar of revenue is working for you.
Think of this explainer as your personal consultant's playbook. We've got a quick 6-step agenda today. Number 1, what is CMR? Number 2, the CMR Formula. Number 3, interpreting your CMR. Number 4, strategic applications. Number 5, improving your CMR. And finally, number 6, CMR versus net profit. Let's get right to work. Okay, let's dive into this. Number 1, what is CMR?
At its absolute core, the contribution margin ratio is the percentage of your revenue that's left over after you subtract all of your variable costs. Once you pay for the things that scale with your sales, the product itself, the shipping, the packaging, what percentage of that dollar actually remains? That remaining chunk is what contributes to covering your fixed overhead, like rent and software, and eventually it's what builds your actual profit. This metric just strips away all the distractions so you can see the true efficiency of your sales engine.
Now, you might hear the terms contribution margin and contribution margin ratio tossed around interchangeably, but they are definitively different, and understanding the contrast is key. The contribution margin is just a dollar amount. So if a product sells for $100 and has $40 in variable costs, your contribution margin is $60. It tells you how much. The ratio, on the other hand, turns that into a percentage, in this case, 60%. That ratio is the magic number that lets you compare different products, track trends over time, and benchmark against competitors, totally regardless of your overall sales volume. Simply put, the margin shows how much, while the ratio shows how efficiently.
Moving on to number 2, the CMR Formula.
The math here is actually surprisingly simple, and you can calculate it at both the company-wide level or down to the individual product level. If you already know your total contribution margin, you literally just divide it by your revenue and multiply by 100. Easy. If you don't have that handy, the most common formula is revenue minus variable costs divided by revenue, then multiplied by 100. And hey, if you want to analyze just a single product to see if it's even worth keeping in your store, take the selling price, subtract the variable cost per unit, divide that by the selling price, and multiply by 100. But wait, before you go running those numbers, we absolutely need to be crystal clear on the inputs here. Variable costs versus fixed costs. Variable costs change directly with your sales volume. The more you sell, the higher they go. In e-commerce, we're talking about cost of goods sold, shipping, payment processing fees, packaging, and your variable ad spend. Fixed costs, on the flip side, like your warehouse rent, salaried employees, or that monthly Shopify subscription that literally never goes away, those do not belong in the CMR calculation. Remember, the entire point of the contribution margin is to figure out what's left over to pay for those fixed costs. Let's ground this math in reality for a second. Imagine you're running a t-shirt store. Your selling price per shirt is $30. Your variable costs, which covers the blank shirt, printing, packaging, shipping, processing fees, and per sale ad spend, those total $17.05. When you plug that into our formula, you are left with a really satisfying 43.2% CMR. What does that actually mean? It means for every single dollar your store earns on that shirt, roughly 43 cents is available to pay your rent, cover your software, and ultimately drop to your bottom line.
All right, number 3, interpreting your CMR.
Let's look at what these ranges typically suggest. A high CMR, meaning anything over 60%, is absolutely fantastic. It signals strong pricing power and excellent operational leverage. Once your fixed costs are covered, every new sale generates massive profit. A mid-range CMR, somewhere between 30 and 60%, is generally where most healthy retail lives. There's definitely still room to optimize, but your foundation is solid. But a low CMR, anything under 30%, that means your variable costs are eating you alive. It leaves very little margin to cover your overhead, and it makes your business incredibly vulnerable to even a slight dip in revenue or a spike in supplier costs.
But I do want to reassure you, context is everything here. Don't just chase an arbitrarily high percentage because it sounds good on paper. The right CMR depends heavily on your specific business model. For e-commerce specifically, a ratio of 30 to 50% is totally typical and completely workable. Remember that 43% from our t-shirt example? That is a very healthy metric for a clothing retailer. Always benchmark against your own sector, not against a completely different industry like software.
Moving right along to number 4, strategic applications.
Your CMR isn't just a scorecard. It's a real decision-making engine. Knowing this ratio gives you total confidence when setting prices or testing out discounts, because you know exactly how low you can go before a product stops contributing to your overhead. It also makes calculating your break-even point incredibly simple. Just divide your fixed costs by your CMR. Plus, it allows you to optimize your product mix by pushing high-margin items in your marketing. And it acts as an awesome early warning system for your budget if your supplier fees start creeping up.
And this brilliantly illustrates one of the biggest traps in e-commerce, evaluating your marketing spend purely on volume. Let's say you run a massive 20% discount campaign. It drives a 40% lift in sales volume. Sounds like a huge win, right? But if that discount drops your CMR by 15 points, the math might actually mean you're losing money on that surge in sales. Flashy ad campaigns that lift volume but destroy your actual unit profitability are a fast track to burnout. Your CMR keeps your feet firmly planted in reality.
Okay, number 5, improving your CMR.
The first lever you can pull is increasing revenue without a proportional spike in costs. The whole goal here is to widen the gap between what you earn per sale and what it costs to deliver it. You can do this by shifting to value-based pricing if your brand commands it, or maybe introducing premium product variants that don't cost much more to produce. Product bundling is another fantastic option. Bundling a really profitable accessory with a lower margin main product is a great way to lift your average order value and your overall CMR at the exact same time.
The second lever is reducing your variable costs directly. This means sitting down and renegotiating with suppliers annually, auditing your shipping carriers, and checking your payment processing fees. Trust me, even 0.5% in savings adds up massively at scale. But one of the biggest hidden drains? Returns. Think back to our $30 t-shirt with $17 in variable costs. A 5% return rate on that product means you are eating those variable costs and bleeding cash on every single return. Tightening your quality control is directly tied to a healthy CMR.
So the crucial point is this. While raising prices is great, the fastest, most direct path to a healthier ratio usually comes from reducing your variable costs. Literally every single cent you shave off your packaging, shipping, or production cost drops straight into your contribution margin, instantly improving your operational efficiency across every single future sale. Finally, number 6, CMR versus net profit.
Your ratio is only as reliable as the numbers you feed into it. The absolute most damaging error founders make is misclassifying fixed versus variable costs. For example, if you have a sales team with a fixed base salary plus a variable commission per sale, and you treat that entire compensation package as a fixed cost, you are going to artificially and dangerously inflate your CMR. You have to review each line item carefully. The other major mistake is using CMR in total isolation, ignoring the rest of your profit and loss statement.
Which brings us to the definitive contrast. Contribution margin ratio measures efficiency per sale above variable costs. It stops right there. Net profit, on the other hand, measures true bottom line profitability after all costs: variable, fixed, taxes, interest, the whole shebang. Tracking one without the other gives you a highly incomplete view of your business health.
Let's look at how this builds a complete picture. Imagine an e-commerce store with an incredible 80% CMR generating $200,000 in monthly revenue. That leaves $160,000 in contribution margin. Sounds amazing, right? But if their fixed costs, like expensive warehouse leases and bloated software contracts, are $170,000 a month, that business is actually losing $10,000 every single month, despite having a phenomenal ratio. The CMR tells you the engine is efficient, but net profit tells you whether the whole machine is actually moving forward.
Always track both. Use your CMR to optimize exactly what happens at the point of sale, and use net profit to ensure your entire business model is financially sound. So I'm going to leave you with this to consider today. Your unit economics might look great on paper, and your revenue engine might be incredibly efficient, but is your e-commerce machine actually generating a true net profit? Don't guess. Take these formulas, open up your financials right now, and go find out. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.